Alright folks, we're on I-5 south from Corvallis to Brownsville on our way to Juniper. I believe this little mountaintop over here is the mountaintop where Juniper McKenzie took her binoculars and doused the fire and looked down at I-5 to see what was happening. So it's a cool spot. Well folks, here we are in downtown Brownsville. We got the historic home site over there, the Pioneer Picture Gallery right here, creek's right down that way, and the Carlson Inn down there at the end. But we're going to go down here to the Historical Museum, see what we can find. Well folks, here we are at the Brownsville Linn County Museum. It's an amazing little museum. They wouldn't let me shoot video in there because apparently they aren't allowed to. But I can tell you that there's so many wonderful antiques from the pioneer days. Everything from an old telephone switch to covered wagons and a blacksmith shop, Native American stuff, firearms, an old physician's area, just about everything you can imagine from the pioneer days. It's absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. So now we're going to take a little look around town, head on up to Juniper. Well, here we are on Kirk Avenue in Brownsville. And boy, is it beautiful around here. Right up in those hills there is where the McKenzie land is. We'll try to make our way up there. What a great, beautiful little town this here is. It's a cow crossing, folks. Look at that old barn. Wow. What a magnificent little town. All American, folks. All American right here. Well, SM Stirling fans, here we are where the paved road ends. And it is absolutely beautiful here. The sound of water dripping from the trees is actually quite loud. And I can just picture the McKenzies making their way up this dirt road all the way to the McKenzie territory. I'm not ready to plant the flag just yet. There's another road I want to explore. This might be just about as close as we get. And up on those hills over there, boy, it sure is beautiful. Right through here there's a creek running. Maybe that's Artemis Butte Creek. But boy, the forest is so thick here, with ferns and moss and these beautiful trees. What a wonderful place. Well folks, here we are in our fictional novel is described as Artemis Butte Creek. This is a wonderful, wonderful example of the terrain here. The sun keeps popping in and out of some really thick old clouds. The forest here is absolutely dense with moss. There's our Chevrolet Camaro once again. It's thick with blackberry. The trees are full of moss. The creek is flowing. There's just so much water here. It's fantastic. If I go up this road here, it ends in about 1,500 feet with no trespassing, and the paved road ends. And you can just tell the forest is really thick. It's actually a beautiful day here. But I'm going to call this Artemis Butte Creek because we know that old Juniper McKenzie and the crew have to cross it to get down to Sutter Down. And this is just one of the most beautiful little valleys I have ever seen in my life. Absolutely magical. Well folks, here we are up on what I believe is Scott's Mountain. I saw a sign. We're about 2 or 3 miles past where the paved road ends. And this is just a beautiful vista where I'm going to turn around. So I thought I'd take a minute and just show it to you. We're going to plant the McKenzie flag and make our way up north to Mithrilwood. Now up this way you can see this gorgeous mountaintop up there. And out there is the Willamette Valley in all its glory. Right down there is Brownsville, otherwise known as Sutter Down. Sure is pretty. Everyone seems real friendly around here. Everybody waves. You can see maybe where the top of that mountain over there, the fog is wisping up over the top. Quite a bit of clear cutting around here. You can see the edge of the forest where it's been clear cut. And then they seem to have planted a whole bunch of little trees. But folks, this is just absolutely beautiful here. So somewhere right up in these hills up here behind me is where Clan McKenzie would have called home. It's cold up here. The road's maintained pretty well, so there must be quite a few people living up past here. I'm going to call this done Juniper, plant the flag, and get the heck out of here. So mote it be. Well folks, I came to Oregon to check out the McKenzie lands and all the wonderful places I read about in the SM Stirling books, and I have not been disappointed. One thing I came to do is plant the McKenzie flag. So there it is. I claim this land for Juniper McKenzie.